Hey y'all. Sorry, my live cut off for some reason, but I'm back and I just started a whole new video. I did also link the links below. So if you are watching the other video, I did also put the links in the description from that video so that you guys can have them here as well. So I will just kind of veer around the topic a little bit. Um, Sometimes spell work is not for results, it's for more. I'll say that. Um, Sometimes while you're doing the spell work, you're also learning or communicating, or you're also seeing what you have not seen before. So sometimes, really just being in the present moment and paying attention to your environment and all the tools and things that you have around you, sometimes you can also communicate in that way to other, consciousness or other beings or whatever. Sometimes spell work is communication. It's not always for a purpose. Sometimes it's a communication, or it could even be some sort of answer to a problem you may have been, faced with. So sometimes spell work is not for results, it's for knowledge. Just like when you're teaching someone, sometimes you end up learning more by teaching others, or sometimes you end up learning a lot about things just by doing spell work. A lot of people will go into spell work with a lot of with a purpose or a destination or a result in mind. Some will go in there with you know I would say open mind, and some will go into spell work with this is how it's going to be, this is what I want, da, da, da. But at the same time, sometimes the purpose of spell work is not the result. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I don't know if y'all have any questions about that so far. Like if you're not clear about what I'm talking about, if you're not getting it, like, oh, I don't get that. Um, just let me know so that I could go and explain it a little bit more. But if you know what I'm talking about, then um, yay. Does oppression spell work if does oppression spell work if you throw it in the trash bin because it can't bury it? What? Does oppression spell work if you throw it in the trash bin because you can't bury it? Um, well, if you think about what trash is, it gets taken away. It could either go into the recycle bin or into the trash dump. So it just depends on where the trash is going, but it is going away from your house, or it's being stored temporarily in your house, but not anywhere in particular. So it just depends on your intention for the trash, the trash can, or whatever the contents are in the trash can. Like if you really sit and think about it, like, what am I going to do with this trash? What color are your garbage cans? Because you know, if you're throwing something away, and what is the color of the trash can? What is the color of, are you using intention when you throw it in the trash? Or do you have a particular trash can that you use to dispose of spells in? So if I were going to do that, I would definitely find specific trash bins, as you call them, with different meanings or intentions when you put things in there. Um, okay, okay. Here's a question: will you have to detox every so often because of metals in the elixirs? I've never had a problem with it because I have taken them as directed, or you're not like, I've never had a problem with it. So if you worry about things like that, maybe just, take it as your own discretion, but I never have a problem with that. So make sure you just read all the instructions and things that come with it. Don't drag me for being. Oh, I'm not dragging you for being on top of it because I was talking about that in the other video, so it just kind of came over to this one. No problem. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, do you think the only reason why spell work doesn't work is because of self doubt? Like we are really able to manifest in anything. I, I sometimes I don't feel that. Like if you're gonna do a spell for it to work, it's going to work. Like eventually, you may not realize that you're getting the results until later on, but if you're doing a spell work for a whole another reason besides the results, then if you're not manifesting something, if you're not looking for results, if you're just going through, maybe it's a ritual, maybe it's a form of communication in some way, maybe it's a learning experience, but sometimes it's not always for results, because if you want to do a spell for results, I mean, people can do that. You don't even really need to do spell work. You can just sit there, manifest or create with your mind or imagination. But sometimes using objects and things like that for the spell work is more than that, because you know people were asking me about ghosts and hauntings and stuff, and I've been reading a lot of books about those things. I mean, if there are energies, entities, unseen things around you, they can see what you're doing as well. So just like with the Ouija board or with a spirit board, whatever you want to call it, um, divination, any type of divination is guided, right? So it could be a form of communication as well. So sometimes it's it's both. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. It's a great point about the trash can. Yeah. I mean, like everything surrounding you is part of a huge, like, my house has so much stuff in it. Like anything I do could be a spell. Anything I touch, anything I do, as long as my intention is there or what I want to communicate is there. So that's how I kind of live my life. You know what I mean? I did a video about how everything you do is magical, spiritual. Everything you talk about is that way. It's just you have to be aware of it, or you're not aware of it. But if you do have awareness with it and you're conscious of what you're doing, that's one thing. But if you're not conscious of what you're doing, and then you walk away from, like, maybe a table that you've laid some objects on, and then you turn around and it starts to look like, hey, that looks like some type of spell that I was unconsciously doing. And then it's kind of like you say, oh, okay, well, maybe I should. And it could also be, a lot more than that. But what I'm saying is, like, it ends up becoming a spell or a way to use synchronicity for your, favor. Can you just walk around with incense or a candle connecting in nature be considered a witchcraft? Um, well, a long time ago, before people, that people didn't have electricity, so they walked around with candles in the dark in nature anyway. I don't think they would have said that, well, that's witchcraft, but I think today they would, because people don't usually do that. So, I mean, it depends on what you think it is. Like, if you think it's witchcraft, then it's witchcraft. If you think you're just walking in the dark with a candle outside, that's what it is. Either way, you're doing it. hmm I love when ghosts are around me when I do my work. I welcome them. Yeah, like people always think people are scared of ghosts. I don't want to sound cliche, but like the Ghostbusters, I ain't afraid of no ghost. I mean, like literally, just been around weird stuff all my life. That's not anything weird to me at all. Mhm. Is intention everybody does magic? Oh, it's intention everybody does magic. That's why you should watch your actions. If you think it's witchcraft, then it's witchcraft. Yeah, it is. If you think that is what it is. Like, if you read something real quick, you know how they have those memes online, and if you read it real quick, it sounds like something dirty, but then you go back and read it slower, it's not. It's your own mind. It's your own mind and what it wants to see. It's your own mind and what it wants to communicate. It's your own, just like you can create what you saw, you can create what you see in your own world and really go off what you thought you saw or what you think you see or what you think you read. It's a trick of the mind. It's kind of like the Mandela effect. Some of those Mandela effects aren't even real. They're just those weird meme things that done on a mass scale. You know what I'm saying? So when your mind tricks you into thinking something is when it's not. Yeah, it's perception. So you can create your own perception. And this is how a lot of people do their magic. They use their own perception, their own spiritual energy to feel that what they have done or seen is true, is real. And there it goes. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. It all depends on how and what you're doing and how you're thinking. And if it's intentional, if it's not intentional, is it being suggested to you in another way? Is someone suggesting it to you through their magic? So did you get a lot of electric flashes now that you're vegan? Um, I get a lot of everything. I mean, nothing surprises me. I'm like, people be freaking out. I'm like, oh, that's normal. Whatever. Who cares? Like for me, it takes a lot. It's like, and I say this so much, and people just, I don't know why, but like, it's hard. It's hard for me to get excited or moved because I'm so just used to certain things, or I'm expecting certain things, or wow, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It can't really affect me in a weird way unless it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of like more interested in it or curious about things or, liking that things are different rather than running away from the unknown. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel that a lot of things that people are afraid of, I'm like, cool. Do you get a lot of, okay, so much knowledge in this? I'm supposed to remove the spell and then do the arcane. You can do whatever you want. If you feel like it's right and good for you, that's what you do. I go by my intuition. Like if I feel it, or if I feel guided to do a certain thing, or if I feel it. A lot of people like to double check, or use a pendulum, use cards, use their intuition, whatever means that they use. Ask other people. A lot of people do that just to confirm. But my thing is, sometimes you don't need to ask people, and sometimes you can if you choose to. But if you feel like that's what you need to do, then do it. Um, what's my secret? I don't have a secret. Makeup and hair, baby. Y'all know. My secret is makeup. Make cosmetics, baby. Fenty, Born This Way, all of them makeups, makeup brands. My brand, Level Up Cosmetics. All of those brands, that's responsible for looking so young. Cosmetics. That's why they were frowned upon long ago. I was reading in this book, and it was like men. Actually, they sound like a lot of the men today. They don't like makeup back in the old days. Like in the Victorian era, they did not like women to wear makeup or tell them that they're wearing makeup. So I woke up like this. This is how I look every day when I wake up in the morning after I put in a lot of effort and work. um, but it's still sometimes morning. What's the purpose of spell work if it isn't the results but the knowledge you get maximum results, but also better communication with entities and ancestors. It's entertain the oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's true. So but they will be with another man that wears makeup and love it. Oh my goodness. Z- Zits on your face or is it herpes? I don't know. You want to find out? Yes, my makeup was expired. Like I had bought some foundation and I had some if you must know, since you're so curious about cosmetics, sir. I don't know why you want to know, but yes, I had a reaction to some old makeup that I had been using because I loved it so much that I hadn't run out of it all the way. But when makeup expires, you must throw it out and get new makeup. So that's why I went to Sephora today and got me some new makeup. Got me some Fenty, if you must know, Rihanna's brand, baby. She's a billionaire now. Um, got me some concealer, and I also have some new contour as well. So yes, my skin is improving because I stopped using expired makeup, which I shouldn't have been using anyway. But sometimes you forget to check that date, and then you have to check your face. Like, oh my goodness, the makeup is expired. I hate that, but that's what happens when you start using expired makeup. You will break out. So check the dates, baby. um, yes. And I don't sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, y'all know my trolls. At first I was like so sad that my trolls were gone, and I'm so happy to see these trolls again. Like it just feels like normal now. Seriously, it's like, oh, thank goodness the trolls is back. I was wondering what happened to y'all. It was like the Twilight Zone without trolls. Um, what did the free? Oh, what if you did the free spell but forgot to write something on the paper that girl, you better redo it or do another one. Um, just do another one, girl. Have more than one. It doesn't matter. Will I block the trolls? What fun is life with no trolls? I mean, look, I've only blocked like trolls that were a big problem, like a huge problem. But if y'all just being trolls, you're just being yourself. I can't block you for being who you are. That's just who you are. I'm just going to, if it's a problem and I feel the need to block, I will. You need a spell to keep dusties off of you. Uh-huh. I know. I used to have resident trolls. I sure did. They was shoot. Them the best forms of advertisement. Y'all didn't know? Um. Anyway, do you remember? I remember all the people. Like, When you transition, can I summon you? Girl, I ain't finna transition to nothing. Yeah, I'm bougie. I'm bougie in real life. You think I'm just be summoned by just any old person? Look, I'm like, what you need? Nope, that's not important enough for me. Um, the bougie ghost. Your spirit board is cheap, ma'am. Your pendulum is, I'm just joking. I'm trying to make it sprinkle, sprinkle. No, uh, that's funny though. That's a good question. That's funny. When I transition, shoot, that's a long time from now. Mm, long, long. Mm, sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh, what? Do a video review on somebody child? I don't even know what that is. Y'all be watching all this stuff. I don't watch the news. I don't watch YouTube like y'all be doing. Like I don't know half the stuff that's going on. I'm too busy creating my own world. Shoot. What is the easiest way to gain power through seduction and beauty? Um, put it on right. Look, make learn how to do makeup. Don't let nobody see you doing it. And if they do, oh well, maybe they'll start to appreciate all the effort that you put into it. Because if honestly, women put in so much effort to look a certain way, and it's like it should be a compliment to men when a woman shows up looking put together and nice for them, rather than coming outside in pajamas and house shoes and looking like they just woke up literally. I mean, put in some work, baby. You gonna work? You put in some work. You can go work for anybody in the world. You can go, be a cashier somewhere. You could go and work for somebody else, but you can't put in work for yourself to make yourself look presentable to the world and look good and represent. I'd rather you be late and look good than be early and ugly. Sprinkle, sprinkle, or looking crazy, or looking like you should have stayed home and called in late. Something. So there's enough things in the world for you to use to come in here looking like you need to look. Okay. You see that aisle, the cosmetics aisle? Use it. Sorry. I mean, now that they're relaxing the mask laws, do something. You said, will I do a lust spell? Nah. I don't want to do a lust spell. Said early and ugly, yeah. Look. You say you don't wear makeup. Well, if you look good without the makeup, then you can get away with it. But if you got to put in some work, put in some work. That's always what I'm gonna. That's always what I'm gonna say. How come you don't come live? Because I've been busy, y'all. I've been chilling. Actually, I haven't really been busy. I've just been having fun and doing stuff and creating stuff, and because I have 2 Patreons and I have 3 businesses and all that kind of stuff. So I've just been taking my time doing stuff. hmm I used to be on every day, right? You say you called in late just to redo your hair, okay? I mean, I would. You don't have to tell them the truth. It's like, I got a flat tire and I'm waiting on him to come fix it. Okay. You are a witch of desire. I am. I didn't know that. True. I just be doing me, doing what I do. What oils do I use? Whatever oils you need to use. Does it work with what you're trying to do? Which goddess is best to work with for ultimate power and beauty, seduction, or soothe? Um, any goddess that really represents those things. Do your research. Whatever goddess represents those particular qualities, that's who you need to work with. There's so many in different cultures. What can cause a spell work? What can cause a spell work with no results? Um, it's not about the results. Sometimes it's about the communication or the journey. You know how they say, like, it's not about the destination; it's about the journey. Um, but if you're doing the spell work for results, you're going in there specifically for results. You know what I'm saying? So you begin with results in mind. But if you don't go in with results and you're just going in to see how it unfolds or seeing synchronicities or communicating with, the unseen through spell work, like with ancestors or whatever, then it may not be for results. It may just be, here, I'm honoring you. Here, this is a communication. Here, this is, lining up synchronicity wise. So I just put it together. You know, it's almost like not intentional, but it is once you see everything unfold. hmm What do you think about one world order? I don't think about those type of things. I don't live. Here's my thing: if I don't, if I don't think about them or incorporate them into my daily life, or if I don't naturally want to live a certain way, I'm not going to think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm afraid of this," or "I like this idea." I'm just not even going to think about the idea because it doesn't matter. If you see um what you say world order, you see world order. If you don't see world order, you don't see world order. If you see what you want to see, you see what you want to see. So that's why I say I don't think about stuff I don't care about. I don't think about stuff that I don't want or agree with, unless I'm trying to figure out if I was being tricked or something like that. Like, you watch the news, you're like, they lying, that's fake news or whatever. That's the only reason I would think about it, to debunk it. But if I don't want it, or if I don't care to incorporate those ideas into my life, I don't care enough to think about them. Um, if I see them and I don't like them in my life, then yes, I will do things to get rid of them. But until, yeah, I'll be like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. Yes, all the books are linked in the description bar under, where it says show more, or the little arrow. And also on the last video that got cut off recently. I don't really think about stuff that I don't want to create or that I'm not trying to debunk, basically. hmm Where did you get that cat headband? What cat headband? Mhm. What method of your witchcraft practice do you feel yields the most internal power and transformation. Um, the ones where I'm just doing what comes natural. The spell work that comes naturally. I'll say that. Mhm. That's why I say that's like, I don't always like most of my spells don't come from books or what people did. Most of my spells just come from what I know, the knowledge that I have gotten over the years, and how I need to put it together. So whatever, however it comes about, that's what happens. Do you have to take a spiritual bath before a ritual? You- I mean, it's your mind. It's your mind, it's your thoughts. It's what triggers you. Like if it triggers you to say, "Oh, I have to take a spiritual bath," then go take one. If it doesn't trigger you and you say, "Oh, I could just, sprinkle some dust on me, some water, or some whatever you need to sprinkle, you can turn around 3 times and twerk, whatever you feel like you're supposed to do, that's what you do." Okay, because I don't know. There's no right or wrong. It's what you feel. It's how you vibrate according to your frequency. Like that's why I don't follow rules. And if I do follow rules, it's because I like them and they work for me. I make up my own stuff or I do my own thing because I don't want to do rules. You know what I mean? I will make my own rules. Does that make sense? You said, well, what type of witch am I? The one that make her own rules. There you go. How do you feel about working with saint energy? I feel like they're ignored but really beneficial. I work with anybody, anything that I feel like I would like to work with at that time. Sometimes I don't work with anybody. Sometimes I don't even know I'm working. Sometimes, it doesn't matter. It don't even matter. Like whatever I'm led to, guided by, feel like I want synchronicity wise, if I see something, it might work, might not. It just depends. I'm using whatever I feel like I need to use at that time. So for example, if I'm reading a book that's not about spell work at all, and let's say a saint's name comes up, or they don't even have to say saint in front of it. Let's just say a name comes up that stands out to me. I'm like, oh, I wonder what this name means. And I might look up what the name means. And then it may say, oh, also a saint, saint such and such. And then I'll read about the saint. And I'm like, oh, this lines up synchronicity with what I need to do. And, then, that's how I do it. I don't just say, oh, well, I need to use this thing for that thing. I let it flow. I let it flow. And when you let stuff flow like that, usually you'll see faster, more, intense reactions or results if that's what you're looking for. It's freestyle. Yeah. I don't I'm not formal. Okay. I don't do anything formal. I don't learn the rules and do A, B, C, and D. I do everything in whatever order I do it. Like, doesn't matter. So the reason why I do those type of things in whatever order with my own rules and just make whatever works work is because you can. Like I said, you just can. It don't even matter. Like it's kind of like cooks. Like some people can't cook unless they follow a recipe. Some people could cook with no recipe. It's the same thing. Some people could go to school for years to be a chef and still can't cook. And some people cannot have stepped a day in a culinary class and can cook better than any chef. So it just depends on how you feel about whatever you're doing and what you're putting into it and what you're trying to accomplish or what you're trying to experience. Because a lot of times, like if you think about, cooking, it's like alchemy. Whatever you're cooking, the first thing that came to someone's mind when they were gonna, experiment and make a new dish wasn't, "Oh, I have to follow instructions." No, I gotta create this. You know, I got this stuff laying around. I need to make something out of these leftovers or whatever, and I'm gonna make it taste good. So basically, that's how a lot of recipes came about through accidents. That's how a lot of inventions came out through accidents, through people doing that type of stuff. So allow those type of people to work and do what they do because that's how we got where we are today. A lot of it. um, I was reading about how Play-Doh got invented. Was it by accident or it wasn't even supposed to be used for the purpose that it's being used for? Chocolate chip cookies were an accident, potato chips were an accident, and they're making millions of dollars on all of those things. So let people do what they do. Don't don't be one of them people like, well, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? The same reason you do it. Because I don't care and I because I can. So allow people to be who they are. Don't, it's not against anybody. I know it's not judgment or anything. So don't judge people. Let them be them. Let them do what they do. It's for a reason. It's for a cause. Um, people shouldn't feel bad about not doing things in a correct way, right order, or da da da. Because perspective is everything. If you don't know why someone's doing something, you can't judge it anyway. Half the time, instructions are given to people, or people are guided and to do certain things that no one else knows about. And they just got to get it done. You said Viagra was on accident? That's funny. Um, that's hilarious. And like I was like talking to my daughter the other day, and she writes, and she's like, "Well, I don't do too good. I didn't do too good in my writing stars test or my test or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, it don't matter. You still wrote. You write every day. You're a writer, right? Don't worry about what them people say at school. You know." I said, half these teenagers making more than these teachers these days. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Don't let anybody tell you what to do and what order to do it in and how to do it. Because all you got to do, all the little notebooks you got, you could type it up, put it on Amazon, and sell it. And you're an author. Don't let them people tell you nothing because they don't know anything. If they knew anything, they'd be doing something. Okay. No offense to teachers, if that's your career, but you don't ever tell somebody what they are good and not good. I don't like being graded. I don't like grades. Grades are stupid. That's like if think about this. You would be mad if every day you walked out your house you was judged and given a number for how you looked. Oh, today you're an 8. Oh, today you're a 5. Today you're a 4. Go back in the house, try again. You ain't even a 1 today. You know, people would be mad. Like, dang, I'm just trying to go outside and walk a dog. Or, dang, I'm just trying to go check the mailbox. Or, dang, I'm just trying to see if my Amazon package came. I ain't trying to get your approval. That's what school feels like to me. Or did, like, I don't care about these stupid grades. You the one that care about them. That's why you sitting over here trying to grade people. You just let people be people and do what they're good at. Like I think they did a perfect example when they tried to say, well, testing. It's like testing a squirrel and a fish on who could climb a tree better. Okay, well, of course the squirrel gonna win, but the fish, if the fish climbed a tree, the fish would be rich. Period. The squirrel just gonna get looked over. Okay, so y'all better stop testing these people because they gonna come up and be like, okay, look, you want a fish to climb a tree? Watch this. Muddy mud flipper, flippity flop, whatever. You want to see a squirrel climb a tree? That's boring. You know. So we cannot go by other people's expectations of what they deem is correct or the norm. Or we gonna do what we gonna do. Just get your popcorn, sit back, get your 3D glasses, whatever you gotta do, and allow people to do what they do. Take what you can and use it. Yeah, and people could be laughing at me that this girl is crazy, but that's why we love her. That's why she's so different because most people would have been like, "Oh no, I'm stressed. What do I do? And I need to do this. I need to be perfect." No, I need to be far from perfect so that you don't ever expect me to be perfect. And then when I look similar to perfect, close to perfect, halfway to perfect, it's a miracle. Okay. But some people need that to develop their self concept because they don't get that assurance at home. That's true. But see, teachers don't treat every student the same. And y'all know that. Y'all know they got teachers' pets. Y'all know them teachers be judging people half the time on anxiety medicine because they can't really handle being around a bunch of bad kids. Y'all already know. So I don't care. Like teachers are people too. They follow a curriculum that is systematically given through the school system. So you're just being given instruction by the government, basically. So whatever. That's why I don't need that. I'm like, I don't need that. I'll listen to it. I'll keep, I'll see what you're talking about. But if I don't agree with it, I'm going to do it my way. Period. Like, okay, I see what you need, but I'm going to do what I want. Oh, you need me to write a paper on A, B, C, and D? Well, I'm going to write it on a totally different topic, and I'll mention that topic once, and I might put it in the title. But what you're going to read is something totally different. I used to do that all the time. My teachers would get mad. You're going to read this. You're going to read what I want you to read. I'll trick you. I'll put this in the title. I'll mention it in the first 2 lines. After that, you're going to read my essay. Okay, that's what I would do. Like, you don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want. But the point was, the only reason I did that is because I did not want to write on that topic. I did not want to waste hours of research onto something I was not interested in. So instead, I did some research on things I was interested in and probably taught them something. You know what I'm saying? Mhm. Um, so that was just me. Sometimes I got an A because they liked what I wrote so much. Have I ever thought of Montessori school for your children? I would. My kid's too old for Montessori school. What the heck? They don't even want to be in public school. Um, I broke the code. There was no code. The code was do what you want. Have you ever thought? Okay, I already read that one. Yeah, Montessori goes up to 12th grade. I'm not. You know what? Education is not going to get my children what they need. This is kind of like, okay, think about the old days. Y'all remember the old days when people were still doing everything by scratch, and now you can basically make the same type of meal with less time because there's pre-cut stuff. You can order groceries online. Like back in the old days, that's what school is. School is outdated now. Okay. It's more for social reasons these days, social interaction, I would say. So I mean, yeah, it's kinda like, the cottage core thing, everybody gonna go out and pick stuff from their garden and make some bread from scratch and slow down. That's what school is. Or you can call up DoorDash, HEB, whatever grocery store y'all got to bring you some bread from their bakery. So what I'm saying is, if your result, it depends on why you go to school. What are you trying to learn? What are you trying to become? Are you trying to work for somebody? Are you training to go work for someone, or are you training to be an entrepreneur? Because they don't really teach entrepreneurial skills that much in school. It's like, I'm cottage core. I'm making bread from scratch and I'm picking stuff out of the garden and I'm rolling out the dough and da, 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 da. Okay, great. That's your choice. That if that's how you relax, yes. But if you're doing that because you have to in this modern day society, something wrong with your brain. Or you're just living off grid off somewhere. You know. That's how I just feel about it. I'm so sorry. Mhm. When you're doing a spell, you can call on the spirit. I don't call on nobody. I just do what I do. Who, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody might just use the power of suggestion, which will lead to spell work. Or you may see something on TV, which will lead to whatever. It just doesn't matter. Uh-oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. You use the system to get what you want. I hate school and would have definitely did better being homeschooled or Montessori. I agree that it is pointless and made for factory workers. Exactly. It's for factory workers. If I want to work in a factory, I'll go to school. Mm, but I don't. I got school is a spell. It is. That's like it's so hilarious because my kids will come home and tell me what they're learning and what they're talking about in school. I'm like, oh, I know what they're doing. Do this instead. I'm like, write this down. Write this down. Tell your teacher this. Like triggers and stuff. They laugh, but they won't do it. It's like, mm. A lot of these students are going to college just for the loans so that they can flip that money in crypto. For real? Well, they could have did the same thing and well, I guess if you don't have a way to get money and you have to get it through going to school and getting loans. But I guess I mean that's a good way to do it. But if at the same time you don't stay in school, you start your own company. Hmm. What I what I felt like was like so many parents have probably spent so much money on their child's education and their kids aren't making enough money and they barely have a job or whatever, and it's like, dang, you could have used all that tuition money to flip like you said or to invest in yourself and start a business. But that's what happens when you stay in school too long and are in a systematic way of thinking. You don't see anything else but the factory. So that's why I'm saying you can't stay there too long, or you can't comply all the time because then you'll get stuck thinking like them. You wish you had been encouraged to leave school. You'd be a millionaire by now. You could have been. Is there such an is there such a thing as an evil spirit? Um, for me, I don't look for evil spirits. Like, that's just weird. I don't go around looking for evil spirits. They're just spirits to me. Like, when I watch a movie, like, they're just characters to me. Everybody got a backstory. Why they evil? That's how I look at it. Like, yeah, I look for like the lessons, the symbolism, and the synchronicities, and why something is going on, why something is happening, why is this quote unquote, as you would call it, evil spirit in my presence? Maybe it likes me. Maybe it like my potential to be an evil person, or maybe it wants to learn how to be good. I don't know. I'm not gonna question it. It just like me. I don't know. Shoot. Why do you like me, evil spirit? I don't blame you. I like me too. Hey. So the evil spirits like people too. They're not 100% all evil all the time. They have their little, their likes and dislikes. They got a day off. I don't know. Spirits can be both, all often demons can be angels, vice versa. Exactly. Shoot. Look. I was watching this movie yesterday and this priest was cursing, smoking cigarettes. I'm like, what? And he ended up being the demon at the end, the priest. Like, dang. It's on Netflix, like one of the recommended top movies. I don't know what it was called. It was, I think, number 5 recommended on Netflix or something like that. Um, do you feel most connected to? I don't feel connected to anything but myself. Whatever is connecting to me at the time is what I feel connected with. Like, okay, well, right now I'm connected to whatever I'm focused on. Because if you go back to the source where a lot of this information came from, it doesn't matter what you're connected with. It all came from probably an older source. So, like, you'll have the correspondence. Let's say you're attracted to, would you say, Norse or something like that? Well, they'll have the same exact type of deity in a whole different pantheon, which is where they got it from. So it doesn't matter. Whatever the whatever it's representing is what matters. I don't label things good or bad. I just, whatever, if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. If I'm not, I'm not. If I want to deal with it, I'll deal with it. If I don't, I don't. That's how I go. Which, right. Like, I don't try to label stuff unless I'm labeling stuff literally or trying to figure something out. Then I have to put in a category to think. But then after that, I'm taking the labels off. What would I call on an angel for? I don't call on anything. I just do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, some people become so dependent on things or deities or whatever. Um, in my opinion, if you are a deity or a god or an angel or whatever, you don't need the recognition. it would mean more to me if someone just been like, yes, thanks for that information, rather than, advertising you as a commodity, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's how religion got messed up. People were advertising, like for me, sometimes you can do this with people too, and that's something that I've learned. My mom used to actually be like, "Oh, well, my daughter can go and paint your window or something, or my daughter can do that. My daughter will help you do that." And it's like just volunteering you out. Like, no, I am not a volunteer. I no. And I would just tell them straight up, I'm not doing that. You can do it. You know how parents do when they're, oh my son can go help you move that chair. No, he like, did you ask? So sometimes you have to just be grateful that someone is like helping you. You don't actually have to call on anyone. Somebody just might show up and say, "Hey, you need some help," or someone just may give you a little tip and a clue, and not need any recognition except for your acknowledgement, and that's it. I don't feel that advertising deities and angels and demons or whatever is the way to go. I feel like do what you got to do. Be like, okay, I see you, and then do what you got to do. um, how does that spirit interact with you? That's what matters. Yeah, exactly. Mhm. And sometimes like for example, as quote unquote somebody would say, oh, an evil spirit. Sometimes like half of y'all interact with evil spirits every day through people. Okay, you're like, hey, uh, I'm a, I'm on a diet, or I don't smoke cigarettes, or I don't need to go drink. And the soon as the person call you up, you right there with them, smoking, drinking, and doing whatever you need to do that you ain't supposed to be doing. So what's the difference? At least you're getting something done the other way. Okay, at least you seeing, at least you are not, at least you're doing something that you want to be doing. Hmm. How to marry yourself, dual mind. Girl, you can get married to yourself. Who married themselves? I think that was like somebody famous that did that. That's funny. Mhm. You're responsible for your own energy. That's right. So you may have a coworker that's bad influence on you, but you still got to work with them. You may have a family member that's not the best influence on you, but they're still your family. You may have a friend that always like tries to get you to do bad things, but every once in a while, sometimes you need that friend because you need to do some bad things sometimes, or sometimes you don't. You don't go with them every weekend and do bad things every weekend. You're like, okay, maybe this one time, okay, he, but not all the time. Hmm. You said you got an evil grandma. Everybody got an evil person in their family, and they're the most remembered. Oh, that's sad, but it's true. They become infamous. You said your whole apartment complex is demonic, cleansing baths all the time. I say work with them. Shoot, I work. I find it like I always say, find a way to make it work for you. Shoot, you know what I do if I were you? I'd be making up new spiritual baths and selling them. Look, I live in this, and that. I got to make up spiritual baths every day, and this is what I've concocted. And this will work for you. I will make money off of living like you live. I will find a way to create my heaven or my version of paradise or whatever out of any situation that would occur like that, because I don't see obstacles. I just see like, oh my goodness. Well, I have to do this every day. I might as well see what I can do to make this lucrative for me. Okay, look, I don't care. See, I'm gonna write a book on it. Look, spiritual baths when you live in demon infested apartments. That book will be a #1 seller. Go ahead and start writing it. Okay. Just do it. Like, what's the solution? Then create it. I would definitely write that book, and the title would be so funny, people would have to buy it. Mhm. So, your whole family is Christian, but you are definitely connected to witchcraft, spirituality, shamanism. What what that mean? Am I supposed to break the generational curse? Um, it to me it just means you're probably not satisfied with the knowledge that comes with Christianity, and that you would like to get more. So, to me, that's really what it is. Like, those answers aren't good enough for you. Your your awareness and your consciousness may be a little bit more broad, and you probably have more questions. You know what I'm saying? So, perhaps I wouldn't say you're supposed to break generational curses, but I feel maybe you're going to grow past their religion. Hmm. Does succubus spirits interact with you? I don't know. I don't think so. Mm. Um, can you invoke the power of spirits if you're feeling weak? Yeah, it's called coffee, baby. Mm, mm. Thanks for that idea for real. Okay, look. Whatever you're experiencing, figure out how I can make money on it. Look, oh my gosh, I'm experiencing this thing. Make some money off of it. Like, that's why you're experiencing it, so that you can conquer it. What did Beyonce say? Best revenge is your paper. Get your money. I haven't heard of that book, but definitely stop seeing it as a problem and seeing it as, how am I going to make money off this? That's not even a problem, because you're going from negative into positive automatically when you try to figure out how to make money off of something. If you have a problem with negative thoughts, think about how you can make money off of whatever the problem is. That will automatically turn it positive. Promise you. That's all you got to do. Think about that money. Got my mind on my money, got my money on my mind. Like, okay? Because that will automatically turn it positive. Instead of thinking about, oh, woe is me, now you think like, well, how much money I'm going to make off this? And how can I make it work for me? And how can I get started? And da, 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 da. Then now you got a business, or you're starting a business, or you're getting paid, or something is happening, but you are no longer worried. You are no longer in that negative feeling. Now you got money. So stop thinking like that. Think, how make some money off this? That it will automatically go away. I think sometimes you can't make money off a certain thing, but you can still. You can make something out of it. If it's not money, could you make fun out of it? Could you have a, could you make someone happy by doing something? Whatever it is, think of that. But money always helps you to get to the next thing. If you can't make money off of something, you'll then, well, maybe I could do it for free, or maybe that'll be good for this person, and I would do it anyway. So you have to start off like that, and then the positive thoughts will start rolling in. And like just like how some people want you to see someone as bad or negative. Sometimes you can't see them as bad or negative because it's not what you want to label anything, and it's not how you see the world. It's not how you see people. You see something totally different, you know. So sometimes you see a bad person, or they're bad news, they're this, they're that. But what's in between? Okay. What was the purpose? Like I was reading in this cosmetic book, a lot of people started making homemade cosmetics because the manufacturing companies did not have regulation, and they would put lead and mercury and stuff up in their cosmetics. So people had to get creative. People had to make their own stuff. And then they started marketing their products as safe, poison free, just like they're doing the stupid iPhone, hack free. In order to even sell a whole nother iPhone that's just like the last one, you had to put a fake problem out to create a fake solution for, to sell the same exact phone to people who already got it. Okay. Oh, it's hack free until the next hack, until the next time. Or what's the next thing going to be? Oh, it's got 3 cameras instead of 2. It's got 4 cameras instead of 3. It's got 10 cameras instead. Okay. How many, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see good or bad. I just see, oh, well, what's what's the good at it? How are you going to spend that? You hear everybody got a purpose. Hmm. You see, it sound like what the government does, right? Yeah. Like if you really think about everything that you're against, you can find good in it. Everything that you like, you can find bad in it. It's how you're looking at it, and from what perspective and viewpoint and your purpose. So just like I could take school, like I was like, oh, I don't like school. Da, da, da. If my passion was education, or helping kids learn how to read and stuff like that who struggle, then I would totally disagree with myself. Be like, oh no, or I could debate myself and win and lose. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. But how I'm feeling at the moment, at this time in my life, is how I'm feeling. In 20 years from now, I may feel totally different. 20 years ago, I might have felt totally different. But right now is what the perspective and the viewpoint that I have is what I have. And that's why I try not to label things all the time, because your perspective and your viewpoint and your feelings will change. Hmm. Hmm. And that's why I say, like, spell work. Spell work, you may do a spell and looking for results. Because I used to do spell work for people all the time. And some of them people was getting on my nerve. They would come out, can you undo the spell, or can you do you want it or not? Well, I didn't think that I don't want to, no, like, well then that's why I always tell people, do spell work yourself. Do spell work yourself. Why? Because if you never really wanted it in the first place, it ain't gonna work. Okay? Because it goes by your feelings. No, a lot of people will go to other people to do spell work for them because they don't really know, they don't really have the feeling to go with it. Like, oh, or they'll have the guilt behind it, or they'll have the doubt. So they go somebody else. That's why I say do your own spell work. If you can't feel it, then you can't feel it. You said is Baphomet good or bad? I don't know. I don't label things. I mean, it could be good to somebody and bad to another person. Somebody might not even know what it is and don't care. So it's whatever you want it to be to you. You said so spell work ain't gonna work if you do it. If you do it, spell work will work if you want it to work. I'll just say that. If you want it to work, it'll work. If you're, some people, like I said, they will come to you for spell work and they don't even want the spell to work. It's just crazy. They feel like they have to do something though. I gotta do something, but I don't really want to do it myself. So therefore you don't really want to do it. And when you go to someone else to do it and you start seeing, results or synchronicities, then you want to say, oh no, undo it, don't do it. I take it back. Can you stop it? Then it's because you never wanted it to be done in the first place. But you feel like you have to do something. So if you ever feel like that, you feel like you got to do something, start doing it yourself. And if you stop midway, then it's better than having to get in contact with another person and say, hey, stop, da 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 da. So if you really want spells, do it yourself. And it becomes easier and the results are definitely going to be better. Or actually, they're just going to be a reflection of how you feel about whatever it is you're doing. So if you never really wanted, let's say you're doing a spell work to do something bad or harmful to someone, if you don't really want to harm that person, it ain't going to happen anyway, because that's not what you're feeling. Mm-hmm. You said so spells don't work because we subconsciously didn't want it to. So it's just like when you're arguing with someone and you say bad things and you don't really mean them. You know deep down inside why you're saying those things, not because they're true, because you know that they hurt. Okay? So knowing that you don't mean the exact words that you said, you just wanted them to feel pain. If it was a total stranger you didn't care about or know, and they was just doing something crazy to you out on the street, and you said those things, you would mean them. So it's a totally different thing. You would mean what you said in every degree. So it's like that. Ask questions like, what do you need to live the best possible life for you? Can these, okay, y'all are asking about a question. He was writing down a protection spell, and then like 2 weeks later, an abuser died. Dang. Well, there you go. Guess you got to be specific. Mm-hmm. There's so much stuff about candle reading that I think is nonsense. Some of it's code. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about because I felt the same way. And then I'll go back and read some of those candle reading things, and it's just code. It's metaphor for something. Once you get into the deeper information and the knowledge, you'll see. Not all of it is literal, just like religion and the Bible. Not all of it is literal. Some of it, just like I said, is metaphor or code. So if you feel that way, that's good. That means you're smart. And you know that there's a deeper, now that you know there's a deeper meaning to it. What's the craziest vegan meal I've had? I don't know. I don't think about that. The craziest? I don't even remember. I just eat what I want. Um, if it's vegan. What if someone caused you pain and they act like victim and they see themselves like an angel? Well, in their world, that's what they are. You know, if that's what they are in that world, that's what they are. Um, People's perspective of themselves may not be the same perspective as someone else sees them as. Just like I was saying, like some people might see the villain as the bad person, but some people like the villain. Without the villain, there's no story. You wouldn't go see any movie if there was no villain or problem. You stay right at home and do what you were doing. So sometimes, and if you read about angels, they don't come to do good deeds, they come to slay all day. Okay. They don't come with sage and pillows and stuff, bubbles and stuff. They come with swords. Okay. So when you think about angels, you think about the perception and the persona and the images that you were given. You don't think about what they really are. Okay. You said they're not good or bad either. So, you know, it's like I could be an angel today. You can't sometimes you can't tell the difference between an angel and a demon. They might have the same name or a similar name, or they might, you know, they might be hanging out with their demon friend that day. You don't know. I don't think they got friends on the other side, like Shadow Man. Okay. So my thing is, it doesn't matter. Don't label anything. What are they? What are they gonna do for you? How do they see themselves? Are they writing their story? Are you writing your story? Just like Cruella. I haven't seen that movie yet, but I did watch 101 Dalmatians the other day, the movie with Glenn Close. It's like we don't know her backstory. We don't know why she's crazy. We got to go watch Cruella, see what happened to her, see who's the real villain or demon or whatever. Who did she learn from? You know, radiant vibes or radiant estate. What? Yeah, yeah. I don't get too technical. Look. It is what it is. Anyone who gets too intellectual and technical about something takes the experience away. And now it's just a school with a curriculum and a boring, dry day. No, I ain't gonna do that. How to have an endless abundance of power and energy. Don't think about it ever ending. Just like you don't think about having an endless supply of air. You don't wake up every day, oh, I wonder if I'm going to breathe this morning. Don't think about it. I think there's a difference. People worry about stuff that you don't have to worry about just because they don't have nothing else better to do. Go make something to do. Go create something so you don't have to sit there and think about how you're going to do something. Just do it. That's what I mean. Think about it. Think about little children who don't wake up worried. Think about people that don't wake up worried who are grown adults. They just, oh, I wonder what today's going to be like. Be like that. Why is religion labeled Baphomet as evil or bad when in fact Baphomet is like all witches on the I don't even care enough about it to go even see why it's labeled good or bad. All I know is that's their perspective and I'm not them. You know what I'm saying? If I were them and I had a reason to think it was bad, I would have to ask myself, well, why do I think it's bad? What is my agenda? Why is my agenda against something? And you always have to ask questions. Why would religion be against certain things? Because what is religion? Control. So there you go. There's your answer. If you can't label something good or bad, you can't control people. I'll say that again. If you cannot label something good, bad, positive, or negative, you cannot control people. You can't say, "Ooh, stay away from that. Don't go over there. Don't open that door. Don't talk to that person." You can't control nobody. Because if they're not labeled good or bad, they're going to be like, well, why? I'm going to do it anyway. Why? 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 Maybe they don't like you. Maybe they like me. Okay. Look, not every person likes everybody the exact same. Oh, don't mess with that person. They're bad news. That might be the best friend you ever had. Or don't mess with that person. They A, B, C, and D. So to you, to me, they're something totally different. So you're not going to experience everyone the exact same. You're not going to experience everyone how the next person experiences them. So if you are, and you tell someone else, watch out for that person. Okay, thanks for the heads up, but I see why they don't like you, or I see why they do that to you, or I see this and I see that. But we are totally different. So that's how I feel. Do I ever feel scared doing something wrong, like you're doing something evil because you came from Christian upbringing? Nope. Only because when you see the control mechanisms, then you see why it's kind of like, oh, be good because Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, you better be good for goodness sake. It's kind of like there's a monster that's going to get you if you don't go brush your teeth and put on your pajamas. It's kind of like that. So you just flip it around. Oh, what kind of monster is it? I always wanted to see a monster. Maybe I could get it on film. You know what I'm saying? So you take it and you flip it. Oh, Santa ain't gonna bring you nothing good because I'm tired of cleaning up my room anyway. It'd be less to clean up. Should I just go to Walmart? Um, they got the same stuff at Walmart that Santa got. Okay, how you doing? So it's kind of like that. It's like if they're using fear to make you feel a certain way that you don't naturally feel, then it's control. And you can feel that in everything, not just religion. You can feel that in government, in relationships, and whatever. You can tell when somebody's manipulating or trying to control you or suggest certain things. You can see that. If you like them, you may consider whatever they're saying. If you don't like them, you're going to laugh and whatever. And it it's up to you. You say you talk to God, but you can also summon a demon. It's still your perspective, but never waste a demon time, right? So, it doesn't it whatever you like to do, that's what you do. If they are evil and you're too nice, transmute the energy. Exactly. You said actually got used to abuse a lot because of it, but if you actually read the Bible through the right perspective, that serves you. Yeah. If you're reading it for the metaphor, sometimes if you go through a lot of stuff, it makes you stronger. And so, like, it's just like, okay, think about this. I'm not trying to condone abuse. But if you're doing a specific career or a job, or if you're trying to get a specific experience with something, let's say like those ghost hunters, or those people that do like seances or exorcisms, they get abused all the time. They get abused all the time. They get called names, they get cursed out. If those things are not taken personally, or they don't phase you in a certain way, their empowerment their empowerment to know how to find certain weaknesses, their empowerment to see reaction. Sometimes it's a study. The government has done so many studies that invoke or promote cruelty to animals, cruelty to humans, and people still line up every day to go get abused for free. Sprinkle, sprinkle. you know. So it just depends on how the abuse is being presented. Is it being presented in a way that you know, or that you don't know? Do you know what to expect or not? Do you? Okay. So, like I said, perspective. If you've noticed, some people won't line up for certain abuse that is given out, and some people will in a heartbeat. Why? Because because the people that don't line up have already experienced it, or they know someone that has experienced it very closely, so they know better. And some people line up just to get the information to tell other people and say, hey, that's not all what they say it is. Mhm. You said hoodoo because of ancestors couldn't practice their African religion, so they use hoodoo through Christianity to hide it. Exactly. Sometimes you have to show them your powerless they are. What? How powerless they are? Yes, most people need it to level up. You're either stay there or you transmute and level up, right? So if you see, like, if there's abuse, then it's like, okay, sometimes it can be fuel. Sometimes it could be evidence gathered. You don't know. You don't know the plan, baby. Sometimes it could be knowing the law. Sometimes it could be leverage. It doesn't matter. Whatever your reasoning is for something, it is your reason for it, and it will definitely pay off in the long run because you already know exactly what you're doing if you're doing it for a reason. So that's the same thing with spell work. It's like when you go and buy your supplies, you just buy stuff for the spell you need that day, or do you buy things you know you're going to be using? Do you buy stuff like, let's say you're happy and everything's going right, and you see some baneful magical supplies on sale? Are you going to buy that? You might need it later. Are you going to wait till you need it? Or are you going to buy it now? Because you might just need it. You don't know. But at the same time, you have it, you know how to use it, and when you need it, you got it. Next, like, okay, you don't have to plan and go to the store and be like, well, I need to do. You're like, I got it. Don't worry about it. People forget that our ancestors couldn't even really read the Bible, so they made stuff up to help them. True. Um, Mhm. You said it's just mind games, you need to know how to here's the thing, I'm not a gamer, you know? If my life is that boring that I have to create and make up mind games to play on people because I'm bored and or they're playing them on me or I'm playing them on them, then what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I ain't got nothing else better to do. Okay. I don't have any talents I could be displaying. I don't have any thing I could be creating. I don't have any extra businesses and money I could be making. I don't have any movies to watch. I don't have any music to listen to. I don't have any clothes, nails to paint, makeup to put on. I don't have any of that to do. I gotta play games. So yeah, if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna also be doing those other things at the same time and getting paid and figuring it out and possibly creating a whole entirely new way of seeing things. So look, I don't know what to tell you. Um, is it good to summon? I don't know if is it good to do anything. Is it bad to do anything? Is it good to eat fast food? Is it good to? I don't know. It's like, is it good for you? Are you happy? Are you getting what you want? Is it good for you? You said all of the viewers are clones and they just programmed enough not to know. Yeah, who knows? How were you? Where do you store your oil or work? Wherever I feel like it. I like wherever I have room. Like I try to follow the direction. Do not store, in direct. I don't want the oils to break down, and they usually put them in dark jars. So I just put them wherever I feel like storing them, wherever they're not going to get damaged. All of the viewers are clones, and they are programmed enough not to know. You think that too? Some of them know. Hmm. Are they shrouded by dark entities or no? Are they? Who knows? You say you can't wait for autumn? Erica Badu then. The Erica Badu move over there. You're going to be waiting for a long time because summer going to come. Or winter. Or spring. Or fall. Yeah. We don't know. Shoot. Mhm. Will a spell work if somebody put it on you without you doing anything to them and you have no idea, or has it been too? It depends. What I feel like it's everything is connected. Um, for example, like if you do a spell on someone and all of a sudden they didn't do it, they don't even know you, or they didn't talk to you for a long time, or whatever. Uh, if you start thinking about them, maybe it did work. If you didn't start thinking about them, maybe it's working in a different way. You don't know. Maybe it's not going to work right away. Maybe it's going to work through someone else. Maybe you won't even see the connection. Or maybe you will later on. You don't. It doesn't. Whatever. What I have experienced is that you will see it later on. And sometimes it may be helpful to you rather than harmful. For example, if you do a spell for yourself that no harm comes against you and that everything that was intended to do you harm only brings you what you actually want, then no one can really do anything. Why? Because everything will align according to your frequency and your vibration. So if somebody put a curse or a hex on somebody or whatever, it's only going to come to them good, or how they feel is good, or beneficial, or whatever is going to help them, and whatever. That's how it's going to arrive to them. And that's what I do. Look, everything that's supposed to come to me, bad or good, is going to be exactly what I need, how I need it, when I need it, and always what I want and need. Because I said I can't cake and eat it too, baby. If you walk around in that frequency, that's what you're going to get. So if you do anything bad against another person, and that person already put in place that anything coming to me is going to be what I want and what I need, because that's what I'm looking for and asking for, that's what you're going to have. What do you want? I want this. Okay, well, here you go. It was supposed to be a hex, but ended up working out in your favor. Oops. Oh well. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. So we said, will I do a blood sacrifice? If a mosquito fly by here, shoot, I do a blood sacrifice in 2 seconds by that mosquito. Shoot, you ever slapped a mosquito? There you go. What are your thoughts on the law of neutral, not thinking positive or negative? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're not trying to do nothing, yeah. It depends on what your intentions are, what you're trying to do. I just say no labels. Just do what you want. Do they know their higher selves are evil twins of them? Yeah, but see, that's the beauty about the transmutation. Like whatever is supposed to be bad is going to not be bad. It's going to work in my favor. It might look bad, but secretly it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to look at it that way. If you don't, then you'll have all this issues, problems, drama. Look at it that way. Feel it. Will you do a blood sacrifice on a human being? Actually, I've already been a mortician. I've seen so much blood. I don't have to do a blood sacrifice on anybody. Okay? Shoot. The people already did them for the morticians. What was your first or most successful result from magic? Everything. Like, literally. Whatever. It's like, it just depends. It's like, if you live every day a certain way, it's all from magic, or it's all from what your, doings. But let me think. Most powerful. Ooh, yeah. Well, I don't want to say because that's private, but still, there's so much. There's so many. There's too many, and I don't like to talk about certain things because it's kind of like those are my personal things that I like to keep. Um, what do you think? Yeah, I always get what I want by thinking neutral and definitely not positive or negative. Well, that's great. Like I have an imagination. Like I have a wild imagination, so I like to create. You know. So if I like to create, I can't think of neutral. I can't think neutral. I have to like have um excitement or something. Who wants to live in a neutral beige world where everything is the same? I don't label people good or bad. I just like how do I feel about you today? That's how I feel. That's how I label people. How I feel about you today, right now, in this very moment. People find that crazy that I can be very mad at you, and then 2 minutes later, I am your best friend. Mhm. That's how I am. Yeah. If I can stop being mad in 2 minutes, so can the next person. If you can't, then we can't even talk. We can't talk. If you can't stop being mad within 2 to 3 minutes, and and then stop. I can be mad for one thing, and I might be mad about something totally different 10 minutes later. It doesn't mean I'm mad about the same thing. I use my creativity, but not when I'm trying to get something. If I don't think about it at all, you always get it. That's true. And sometimes, like I said, if you read, I don't know if I put that in the title of this one or the last video. Sometimes your spells are not for results. Okay. It's, I mean, people think so like this. Sometimes this means that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes saying something, knowing the person or knowing what your intention is, or trusting or knowing yourself, you know the reaction that's going to come of it. It's not what it's meant to do, it's what you want it to do. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, if you have kids, you'll know what I'm saying. You know your kids very well, right? If you tell them to do something, you know they're either going to do it or not going to do it. If you word it in a certain way or use a certain enticement, you know what they're going to do. So sometimes that is why people do certain things versus what it's really supposed to be done for. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to expect results. Sometimes it's just to get a message across. Sometimes it's just to get someone to do something. Sometimes it's just to show someone something that they need to see in order for them to move to the next stage. So, like your child, if you come home and you start to mess around in the kitchen, your kid knows it's time to eat. So, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, um, well, I hear them rattling around in the kitchen and stuff. So I'm not gonna stuff my face with marshmallows or chips or nothing like that. Or maybe I'm not gonna eat this candy, or I'm not gonna, eat my leftovers or whatever because it sounds like they're cooking something good or whatever. Uh, I'm not gonna do that. But what if I don't cook? What if I'm looking for something in a drawer and they thought I was gonna cook, and so they sitting up there looking for smells and no smells come, or I'm very quiet and they can't tell that I'm cooking because I'm outside grilling something. I don't know. And they don't smell anything. And then they come down and the food's. So sometimes it's not for what it appears to be for. Sometimes it's for someone to figure out their next move. The cat's snoring. Cat's having a dream. How you? Y'all hear her? You dreaming over there? What you dreaming about? Dreaming about me? Oh, she's dreaming about me. Is it a good dream? Her lips twitching. It must be good. She's going like this in her dream. It must be a good dream, baby. She's literally asleep. You said that's a sign. She's in a deep sleep. She's on her back. It must be a realistic dream. Kitty. Very strange. You said, I think that doing spells put too much focus on something and actually can attract the polarity of what is being done. Not if there is not a polarity. Or maybe you want the polarity. Or maybe, like I said, you can't think about it like that. You have to think about it as anything that happens is because you wanted it to. And it may not happen right away, it may happen at a time that you need it to happen. It all is going to make sense. Like, for example, if something sounds very bad or terrible or like hopeless, and let's say you do a spell or to whatever that hopelessness is becomes the solution to the problem, or is secretly the actual thing that you want. So, yeah, the cat's having a dream. She's talking in her sleep. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. When you do the spell, like sometimes you can't do the spell with an intention or needing a result. Sometimes you're doing the spell for whatever reason that it needs to be done to get a communication across. That's all. Sometimes it's just like, for example, you know how like sometimes you get weird text messages on your phone and it's just an annoying advertisement, but you don't subscribe to those things. Sometimes it's just a way to get a message across or a reminder. Oh, yeah, I forgot I was supposed to do this. Or that reminds me of I need to go do that. You know, even though you're not even worried about the advertisement, it reminded you of something else. Totally. So it's kind of like that. And you end up getting a lot of things done that you wanted to get done because something reminded you of something. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm glad that advertisement message came through so that I can go and do something. And oh, it now all makes sense. Everything's lining up. Um, so you never know. Like maybe you asked a question and in your mind a while back, and maybe the answer comes while you're doing the spell work. Maybe the spell work is not for results. Maybe it's a spirit's working through to give you the answers that you need. You usually get amazing results from mental work. I might stop altar work altogether. Did this? I stopped altar work a long time ago because everything is my altar. Like my home, my everything. Like I can use anything. Doesn't matter. Like it does. You don't have to have a special place. Your whole house, baby. Your car, or the sidewalk, whatever. So that's why I don't have formality. Do I don't have to have this. I don't have to have an order of things. I do what I do. Wherever it is, that's what I'm doing. So if you have an altar and you don't do altar work, go outside on the sidewalk. Go in your go in your bathroom. Look at your cosmetics. You can use pretty much anything as a magical tool. You don't need. I mean, of course, they're symbolic for something, but anything can be substituted in its place. Look, you got a wand, you got an eyeliner, you got an eyeliner pencil, you got a makeup brush. There go your wand. Okay. Look, you need heat, you need energy, you got a candle. Plug up the curling iron. There you go. You said you agree with me? Yeah. The Bible even say that? Yeah. Just like say you don't have to go to church to talk to your God or Jesus or whatever. Go anywhere. Like if you're religious. So, oh my gosh, I need to burn sage and clear the evil spirits. I don't have any sage. Okay, burn some grass. Call it sage. That grass look like sage. There you go. Write on a piece of paper sage and burn it. There you go. Like, come on. If you're a creator, create. If you are a follower and need somebody to hold your hand and tell you everything has to be done in one order, then you are not a creator. Okay. Draw a picture of some sage and burn it, okay? Color it green. Do what you gotta do. It's the power of the mind. Exactly. Oh my gosh, I'm out of sage. Draw some. Okay. Find a picture online of some sage burning. Go watch a video of some sage burning. I don't know. Do something. Don't sit up there and focus on the problem. Get the solution. Create the solution. If you don't have it, make it. So you said, yeah, work with stuff you already got. Like, don't sit around. There's always like there's infinite possibilities, and you can't think of one. There's infinite possibilities, but you can't figure out one. Something wrong. It's because you're being controlled. And who taught you how to think in one direction? Okay. Who taught you how to think that narrow? And why is it so hard to break out of that? Do you think manifesting is like self hypnosis, like we do these rituals and practices to get past our walls of our subconscious? What walls? It's like looking at a blueprint. There's walls, but then there's no walls. Depending on how you're looking at it. Are you looking at it in 3D? Are you looking at it on a screen? Or are you looking at it from a piece of paper? So, how are you looking at it? What dimension are you seeing it from? So, if you're looking at something from 2D, it's flat. If you're looking at it from 3D, it's not flat. It's three-dimensional. You're looking from it from 4D, it's fourth dimensional. Your subconscious mind can see different dimensions, but in order to see what you're trying to see at that given moment in time, you need to pick a dimension that you're trying to see it from. So, what dimension do you want to see it from? Do you want to see walls or no walls? Do you want to see walls, but know that if you saw it from a different perspective, there's no walls? You want to see the blueprint, the 3D CAD version, or the model that's being built of what do you want to see? That's how you look at it. It's the same thing, but in different perspectives or dimensions. It's like that's why you can't label something good or bad. That's why somebody say, "Ooh, this house doesn't have any walls." They are lying because from another dimension, the house has walls. So who's telling the truth? They both are. What's true on one dimension is may not be true on another dimension, or it might be true, but you just don't know it. So you don't have enough awareness to say that it's true. That's why I say even when you lie, you're telling the truth sometimes because you don't know. My friend says she sees herself in her dreams doing stuff sometimes, but she never notices. What do you think? I think that it's funny because I don't like listening about people's dreams. I like whenever the only people's dreams that I truly care about are my kids' dreams or like somebody in my immediate life. I don't care about other people's dreams. And I get so bored when people tell me about them. I don't even listen to them. I'm like, go look it up. I don't know why. It's so weird. Maybe I'm not supposed to know that information and maybe I'm rejecting it for a reason. So it's kind of like there's a switch that comes on that automatically says, I don't care. Like serious. Don't y'all ever do that? Don't y'all hate when people start explaining their dreams? It's like, I don't care. But if you like the person or you care for the person, then you want to hear it. But if it's just some random like dream, and even if you care about the person and they tell you about their dreams every day and it's long and boring and they don't know how to explain stuff, you don't care still. So sometimes when people start to tell you about stuff, you just shut it off. You shut off like I'm not even listening anymore. Um, a lot of people do that for other things, not dreams, but like for other things like stories or gossip or something. Like I shut off gossip. Like, I don't care. Shut up. I don't care. Um, so it just depends on if that's your interest or not. Me, it ain't my interest. There's so many websites online you can Google dream interpretations on that to me sometimes it's silly when people tell you their dreams unless they were asked about. Well, what did you dream? Have you been having any weird dreams lately? Hmm. You said it's boring unless it's my dream. Exactly. See? Because that's for you and only you. If it were for other people, they would have dreamt it. And interpretation can be totally different because of perspective. So for me to interpret your dream, it could be wrong because of my perspective. That's why I'm not supposed to care, because my perspective may be different and it may be misleading. That's why I always say that. Look, don't look at me because I'm everything. Look, oh, that's you dreamed about what? Oh, that was just Michael Jackson trying to. I will tell you that, and you'll be like, huh? But I might be joking or I might be serious. You don't know, but it's not going to mean that to you. You're not going to go say, oh well, Shira said that dream meant that Michael Jackson or something like that. But I don't even like Michael Jackson, or I don't even think about Michael Jackson. So that's not what it really means. So then you're going to go look somewhere else for the answer. But really, that dream is for you to interpret about, how you feel and what's in your subconscious mind with the knowledge you have from your own particular perspective. If you just want to decode the symbols in the dream, that's a whole different story. I got y'all are so silly. Um, but anyway, I don't want to stay on here too long, but I gotta make sure that y'all got what I was trying to say. Yeah. Um, your cat over here warding off spirits. Yeah, my cat crazy. My cat talking. My cat talks literally. Yells, screams, chases stuff. Yeah, that's cool, but like, I just don't like listening to people's dreams for some reason. It's like they're not like it's like seeing somebody naked. I don't want to see you naked if I'm not trying to see you naked. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like to see naked people. I don't know, but that ain't me. Again, if I'm not trying to see you naked, I don't want to see you naked. That's how it is. I don't care if you got an interesting tattoo, if whatever. I don't care. I don't care if I never seen that angle of a human being before. If I didn't try to see it, I don't want to see it. Y'all get it? Like, if you're the creator of your own life, and that also means that you allow certain things and you don't allow certain things. And so it could just be a natural reaction. You said forced visualization. I can't exactly look out. I don't want to see that out. If somebody forces me to see something, I'm gonna add to it. How you doing? Are you gonna force me to see something? Okay, well, I'm gonna add to it in my imagination. Do it again if you want to. Anyone on here who I don't do spells for people. If you want to spell, you should learn how to do it for yourself. That's my thing. Like, when you're old enough to get a driver's license and you got enough money to buy a car and drive somewhere, you don't need to be asking people for rides no more. Get you a car, get in your car, and go drive. Um, to me, if you can't do your own spell work, you don't want it done. I know that's how people make their money, but if you want to actually learn and do the spell work, or learn how to create and how it really works, you should do it yourself. Hmm. Like, you're missing the whole entire experience. Y'all was so silly. Like you gotta experience it. That's like asking someone to go do something that you need to experience. Mhm. Any suggestions for when you feel stuck or down? Power to peace. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't feel stuck. You're not down. Like you could ask that to anyone via your perspective. Like I could drive up to McDonald's and say, "How do you deal with working in the drive-through?" I just couldn't. That's rude. That could be the best job they ever had. You don't know. Power to peace. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That could be the best time of their life. You don't know. They might be having fun working in that drive-through. Okay. So it just depends. It all depends on your perspective. Are you down or are you up? Do you not even know what direction it is? Are you blind? How do you know where you at? You know? Um you always have to measure something against something else. So your down could be somebody's up, baby. I don't know. Just do what make you feel happy right then and there. And then you won't be down or sad or stuck. You'll be doing something else and you won't be worried about it. Like, you know, ask somebody in a wheelchair, ask somebody who can't move. Ask them. They're gonna tell you. Oh, I wrote a book. My name is Stephen Hawkins. I wrote a bunch of books. That's what I did when I was stuck and I couldn't do nothing but move my eyeballs. All right. So y'all don't know what stuck is, okay? Y'all don't know what stuck is. Think about it like that. If you think you stuck, think about somebody who most stuck. And then you will see more possibilities. You said, okay. They said you got to forget about your manifestation and then it's going to work. But what if you're too excited for it and want to visualize it every day? Um, then don't manifest it, create it. There's totally different, like creating something and manifesting is two totally different things. So you can manifest, let's say you're a movie maker. You could manifest your movie going to be made, or you can go out and make it, baby. How you doing? Get your camera, get some actors, make a movie. Dolomite. You can manifest all day, or you can go do it. Either way, you about to slide. You said draw your, yep. Start writing your movie. Draw it out. Start do what you want. It's the same thing. What do you do when you're rehearsing? Are you stopping the movie from being made? Perspective, darling. Perspective. See, like I said, you can't. People always say you're never wrong, are you? No, not no, because I look at things from many perspectives and dimensions, so I'm never wrong, unless I want to be, unless I want you to be right. You said, I guess we're always manifesting. It's just we are intentional on unintentional. See, y'all try to label stuff. Look, if you're going to label something, make the label beneficial to you. Like they do on products. Okay, if you're going to label something, label it something beneficial. Oh, I'm redoing the same thing every day. No, I'm rehearsing. Oh, if you think about exercise, you actually lose weight. Oh, so I'm gonna think about exercising every day, but I don't go to the gym. Ooh, I lost a pound. It worked. Um, oh, I live by the laws, the universal laws. Okay, all is mine then. Which pick one. What you doing? Which perspective are you looking from? All of them at the same time? Only one of them? Which one you looking at today? Either way, you're going to be correct. Okay, there's no way around it. Like you can't argue with a Pisces. I thought y'all knew. Thinking of running, I thought about running and I got tired and started sweating and I got on a scale and I was waiting. Shoot, I was running in my mind. And I even played that song, Keep Running, Keep on Running. And guess what? Shoot, I feel like I really ran. Muscles started growing like this in my leg. I had my leg muscle felt like it was running. Ooh, look. That's psychosomatic. Some people will say, look, I thought about doing sit-ups for 5 days straight versus not thinking about it, and my abs actually got tighter because it's your mind. Every time you see yourself doing a sit-up, you might accidentally flex an ab 1 billionth of a flex, but it's still more than you would have if you weren't thinking about it. You would think about it eating, you see? So you're not really manifesting, you're creating it. You're making it happen with your mind. Or you're rehearsing for a movie, or you're trying to recall something so you can write it, or like what else can you come up with? What other beneficial reason can you use in order to make it beneficial? Okay. You sell that in a bottle. Exactly. Maybe some ideas will come. Maybe I'll do something. Maybe a creative idea will pop up and I can use it in what I do. No one ever tells artists and writers to stop doing something. And no, they're creators. They're creating the world that you see every day. People are doing that instead of trying to manifest something. They're out creating the world, their world, at least. You said, "Let me get this glass of full water." Have y'all heard of thick water? They sell this stuff called thick water now. I saw that on, like, what is thick water? It's like, it looks like gel or something, but it's water. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find it. You said you love to create, but not sure what to make. That's why you need to be inspired. That's why you need to not care what people think. That's why you need to do what you want to do because that's when the ideas start coming. And you can't create in a structured environment that's boring and one dimensional. You need more space. You need more space. hmm Like you can create because you want to, not because you can't think of anything, because you want to. They have the nastiest artists. Okay, well, I don't remember that movie, but I'm not even going to talk about it. But you can throw a fry with ketchup on it against a blank canvas and call that a creation. And somebody will buy it for a lot of money and hang it on their wall. Not because it's true art, but because A, they can afford it. B, it might mean something to them. They might have paid $1 million for somebody throwing a French fry with ketchup at it, a blank canvas because they ex-girlfriend who they was all in love with threw a French fry at their head and it made them laugh forever. And they bought it because it reminded them that every time they look at that thing, they're like, "Oh, I remember when my ex threw a French fry at my head and I laughed." So, and every time they see it, that's what they bought. They didn't buy some stupid person's random throw of a French fry at a blank canvas. They bought the feeling. They bought the meaning. They bought the creation. That's what they bought. Or it may remind them of something they read in their favorite book. But I don't know. And maybe they want it as a conversation piece. And when they have, but you don't know. So you can't put someone in a straight and narrow line and want them to act like everybody else. They're not gonna do it, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, they're not gonna do it unless they want to. Most creative people don't want to do that. You'd be like, you can't have any art tools. You have to sit here and be this boring things. Here's some food. Here's some lunch. And put that on. I'm gonna put that up online and auction it off for 6 figures. And see, you can't tell me what I'm going to do. You gotta create. I've given up on singing since I've gotten older and became a mother. How do I overcome always feeling like I've always too late? Sing for fun. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do karaoke. You know, make up songs, write songs, put them online. Anybody can be, if anybody can be an author on Amazon, anybody can be a singer online, period. It don't matter if you become famous or not. If you like the same thing. Most people equate their talent with fame. Stop doing that. Okay, the first time a famous person sang, they didn't equate their talent with fame. They liked to sing. They did it because they wanted to. For example, like the first time your child draws something, they don't think about they're going to become an artist. They just like to draw. Just do what you want. Do what you like. Do what you like doing. And eventually, it may become what you do all the time. If you don't like singing, if you only sing for fame, then you don't like singing. Okay. You said audition for the voice. Okay. And even if you don't make it, at least you had fun and you got at least a way to get to the audition because you could sing. Shoot, make your own band. They got local bands everywhere. Be like, put an ad in. You know how they always have those ads online, like looking for a band. Shoot, people be calling you. When we gonna sing? I got a connection. That's when it all. I got a connection at this club here. I got a connection at this. You ain't never been nowhere before. All you done maybe was karaoke. Now you in a band. Make it, create it. Stop waiting. What you doing? Don't nobody need to tell you you can sing for you to go sing. Go sing. Right. You said waiting. Yeah, it's like sometimes you're waiting for a reason. Sometimes it's when the right time is. Sometimes you're not gonna waste your time doing something that you know is not gonna stick. When you know it's gonna stick and when you know you can do it the right way, that's when you get up, move, and complete it. So a lot of times it's not just those parents that wait until their kids get older so that they can buy the type of furniture that they want. Because I see somebody talking about furniture. I'm not finna buy this type of furniture I want with these dirty kids and people laying all over the couch and stuff. When everybody leaves or grow some manners, then I'm gonna do what I need to do. But it makes no sense for me to waste my money on something that will be disrespected. That's why a lot of people don't um, buy certain types of furniture or clothing or redecorate until their kids is gone. or until they're a widow. You say, okay, I'm just being honest. You said being famous is a burden. I mean, a lot of stuff is a burden. Like, um, sometimes just being who you are and being really good at something is a burden, especially if a lot of people know, because then what do they all do? They want you to, oh, you're smart. And then they'll ask you these stupid questions, like, you know, all the answers. Oh, what, or they'll, like, if you look a certain way, they'll just assume something about you because you look a certain way. It's like a lot of stuff are is burden, but fame is like a huge burden because so many people know you. So you may have a burden on top of a burden by being famous, you know. But you know, at the time, you did like a lot of people didn't know that they weren't. But well, my opinion is like people tell you, oh, you can sing, you should be famous. But a long time ago, before there was fame and people could sing, what would they tell people? Or, oh, you're a great artist. You should go to art school and paint and become, you know, one of those famous artists. They didn't tell people that. What were they doing it for? What was the reason? If your reason was a certain thing, then you might not find it fulfilling anymore because you didn't have a true passion. You were only seeking, like I said, the result instead of enjoying the experience. So, like, or whatever. The burden of being paid. I know, right? Do you run into that at stores? What? Attractive people raises my frequency. I'm so excited to tell you simple things, but my what? Girl, I don't care about your doctor visit. You know, I don't believe in doctors or go to the doctor. Waste of time, waste of time. There are lots of ways to make money besides being famous. I know. Like, but that's what people automatically go to because that's what people either push them towards or that's what society says you should do. Right. Like people like, oh, you have you ever modeled before? You should be a model. Oh no, I shouldn't. Or have you ever did this before? You should be no, I shouldn't. Have you ever did this before? You should be a that. No, I shouldn't. That's just your suggestion. And um, you know, like a lot of people would want me to do like certain things with my YouTube channel. And I say, no, that's not what I want to do. Like you don't allow people to tell you the direction if you don't want to go in that direction. Hmm. There are lots of ways to make money besides being famous. Like, you don't care about me. uh, it's not you individually. It's just um, I don't know you. You know, I only see words on a screen. Isn't that weird? But I feel like I can talk, but I don't feel like I can go that far. You know. Do I have any gifts? I got a lot of gifts. When in fact folks make more money off the famous person. I don't know. But and the funny thing is, like I always like there's levels to stuff. You know, level up and all that. There's levels. There's levels of stuff. There's levels. Like I'm like I'm like this. If I'm enjoying and being happy in the moment that I'm doing something, it's just as great as that same feeling that someone may think that they're going to feel to feel fame, you know. Mhm. Just like, people always make fun of me because I shop at the Dollar Tree. But if you are on a shopping spree at a high-end store, or you're on a shopping spree at the Dollar Tree, you're still getting the same feeling. Similar, at least, you know what I'm saying? So what are you doing? You're on a shopping spree. I'm going shopping. I'm going to put everything I want in my cart. I'm going to buy everything that I want. Ooh, yeah, at the Dollar Tree. You're going to get the same feeling because if you have that much money, or you could put anything in your cart or on your credit card or on your bank card or on your whatever and pay for it and not have to worry about it. It's the same feeling because you have so much money that the stuff is basically like Dollar Tree trinkets to you anyway. So if I had a lot of money and I could just go shop anywhere and get designer everything, I would have the same exact feeling that I would have if I didn't have all that money, but had enough to go do the same thing at the Dollar Tree when I got home. Same exactly, same exact chemical in the brain being released, being a Dollar Tree baller versus a high end store baller. Same pleasure. Just like y'all know I got a sense of humor. Just like you got two broke people having sex, or you got two people with money having sex, they still having sex. They still got the same feeling, except you know, don't matter. One might be ugly, one might look cute. They still gonna have the same feeling. So, like I said, you said Dollar Tree is a fun store. Yup. You still don't like like it don't matter. Going and grabbing money bags. I got me a money bag. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Flipping quarters for hundreds. Ugh. What if you can? Why do you think there are more sheep on the planet than woke people? Oh my goodness, that is a good question. Well, I asked the sheep the other day, no, why are you asleep? They said, bad. I said, what? I said, bad. I said, I don't know what that means. And they said, bad. And they kept saying the same thing over and over. Um, it didn't seem as if they wanted to communicate or get any type of message across or even realized the question I was even asking. So I just let the sheep be. Spell to get rid of stupid people. Start talking about things they don't understand. Any spells to purge the earth and start over? Um, Purge the earth and start over. Well, they have a movie called the Forever Purge, but they never talked about starting over. But that's gonna be a weird movie, right? You don't have to purge anything to start over. You can just start over right now with what you got. Like some people do, some people don't have to. Like for me, like if I wanted to purge and start all over, I'd have to move and never pack one thing and just buy everything new. Oh my goodness. But why would I do that? You say you better be a powerful witch to purge the whole earth. Uh-huh. Look, they tried that in the Bible. They still couldn't do it. The Bible couldn't even purge the whole earth. Look, there was some doves flying around. There were still some other people besides Noah's family that didn't get in the flood of the ark. You know, that if you believe in that. You can't purge the whole earth. It's always gonna be something. Right. Spell to stop people from being in your business. Be in your own business. I find that when you're in your own business and you don't care, it doesn't matter. Because, like I always said, better you, better them in your business than you in their business. Hmm. You said I do, but they be stalking. Let them stalk. Shoot, you can brag on. I got stalkers. Yes, I have stalkers. Yes, I just have so many stalkers. Even though, okay, I got stalkers, man. They they shoot. I'm just so stalker. I'm just, they just love me so much. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I worked this hard. I might as well, something. I've been on here all days, hours, putting on makeup and stuff. I shoot. Somebody better. I don't do this, but well, I do. It's not a surprise. If you say you Catholic, you do spell work. You already doing spell work if you Catholic, or the heck. You be stalking my channel, girl. Stock. Um, there was that one stalker that called in a long time ago on the other channel. He was out of breath and talking crazy. No, that's funny. You hungry, but you shouldn't eat this late. Don't eat then. Chew some bubble gum. What you answer two complicated questions in a simple way? Yep. Yeah, I'll make it complicated. The only reason you ever complicate things is to control and confuse. Otherwise, stuff should be simple. Shira has a lot of stalkers, male and female. Girl, what the heck? I don't even know. I only know of like maybe a couple, but I don't know about all them other ones. Don't tell me about them because I don't care. Like I don't want to know if I don't know, then I don't want to know. Um, mhm. Any spells to exterminate dusties permanently? You first, you said exterminate and permanently. I think you know the answer to that. You just your words are your spells. Do the spell to banish them stalkers. What stalkers? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I did. I just clicked. You know, if they're stalking me online, I just don't see them anymore. You know, you could block people. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. If you want to stalk someone that bad because it brings meaning to your life and excitement and thrills and serotonin to your brain and just this is what you live for and wake up every day for, why should I take that away from them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want them to wake up one day and have nothing to do in their lives. I mean, that would be terrible. What if that's all they had? And who am I to take that away from someone if that's all they have? Like if that's all they have, that would be so mean of me to take that away from them. I mean, what else would they do? I give their life meaning. Without me, what are they gonna do? Stalk someone else that's less interesting, less fulfilling? You said be their Prozac. I know, look. I know I make them laugh, smile, cry, do whatever. Look, I'm the best thing that might have ever happened to them. Who am I to take myself away from somebody? For real. They want to stalk, shoot. You say you gonna start a church? Yeah, yeah. Y'all silly. If y'all want to stalk, look, get you some. I'm gonna put a stock list up. I'm gonna make an Amazon suggestion stock list. How to stock extra good. Look, stocking loungewear. So when you're watching me, you'll be in style. I'm gonna get me some merch that says stockwear for the stockers. If you stock shoe at 7, you gotta have this on. This is the uniform. I'm gonna sell it on my channel. Shoot, whatever. Y'all want to stock and style. And that way that people know who you stocking. They don't have to ask what you're doing. They know when they see your merch. What are you doing? Oh, you stalking Shiva Simone. Okay, I see you got your shirt on. So, stock attire. Exactly. I'm send everybody one. Well, I'm not gonna send them. You have to order and pay for them because you know I'll be trying to make money on everything. So I might send out one or two for free, but you know, everybody else gotta pay. Everyone else has to pay, okay? Because you know, shirts aren't free. But they go. The journals were cute. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. I like my journal. Yeah, I'm coming out with some new stuff soon. Um, you sell a Shiva shrines, Shiva shrines, a Shiva shrine. That's kind of catchy. Said the journals were, you know, stocking. You know, like I just hope that they're getting paid to stock. Like if they're not, then I don't know what to tell them. No more. Like I'm like, okay, well, if you ain't getting paid to do it, then I don't know why you're doing it. Because I know I'm special. I know I'm all that, but dang, you doing that for free? Somebody, somebody controlling you. If I was you and you had medium to light skin, choose a hair color for you. What should you think? You said brown or dark or light? I switch my wig so much. I got wig caps on, my real hair under it. Sometimes I wear my real hair. Wig, just get them all and wear them all, babe. Just, it don't matter. Just wear them all. You know why? Because if you pay for it, it's your hair. Um, period. If you if you get a lighter color wig, you can always dye it easier. You'll do whatever you need to do. Try them all. Come on. Go try some on. Because it's hard to tell. What you do is right for you. Shira, if you had baseball and said sprinkle sprinkle, okay, I'll keep that idea and make sure if I ever design a cap, it'll say that. MFs be like, I'm in love with you, but don't got $500 to send you. Yeah, talk is cheap, you know. I don't know, talk is cheap. Like people can say whatever they say online. When you see somebody in person, it's a whole different story. You could talk trash online all day, every day. But when you see that person in person, it's a whole other story. And be like, just like if I were talking to y'all online and talking to you in person, it's a whole different story. I don't know about the Britney Spears. I'm sorry. I told you I don't watch the news. I don't keep up with that type of stuff. Shira, I really have been realizing my power. Cool. Well, I've been realizing that since I was forever. That's natural. Shira, how would you act confident even if you were not with? Keyword is act, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You already answered your own question with your question. Just like you do on a job interview when they asking you questions, you know you lying. Same thing. It's like you doing at a resume. Same thing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Being us better than acting. Y'all already just answered y'all call act. You act. Exactly. If you're acting, then you are. If you rehearsing, you acting. If you acting, you are. Done. If someone didn't know you were acting and they saw you, you are. If somebody knows you acting because you say I'm acting, you're acting. Which one is it? It's fake it till you make it. You acting, you already made it. You got the opportunity to act, you're doing. Oh my gosh. Why do you think when they choose actors for movies, they choose very carefully according to their name, zodiac sign, birthday, and all that kind of stuff? Because when they acting, they doing. Oh, not from this perspective or dimension, but from another one, they are. I'm arrogant in my own flaws. When you said that, I got chills. Yeah, shoot. When they hire someone to be arrogant in their own flaws, that's what they want. Think about it. When you when they're hiring actors, they're not looking for something perfect. They're looking for the perfect actor. They're not looking for a perfect human, a perfect person. They're looking for the perfect actor to play that role. How they gonna play it? They want someone that's going to make that role theirs, not the other way around. So, if you're going to make a role yours, make it yours. Don't act. They see you're acting. That role is yours. Like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. Okay. Like Oprah in The Color Purple. Okay. Like Whoopi on Sister Act. On Ghost. Okay. You know they did not have that in mind when they wrote that script. But it's what made the movie. Mm-hmm. Oh, the kitty's up. Hey, baby. So, like, you said not the cult of hell. What? The cult of Ashura. What? So you can't tell someone what to do. They gonna do what they gonna do. It's okay. You can't say you can't act that way. I'm not acting. I'm being me. Stick to the script. You stick to the script. Oh, so what do you think about the movie such and such? Oh, who's your favorite actress in the movie? Oh, what was the best part? The part that wasn't on the script? The part that the person said, I'm gonna do what I want? The part that made the movie itself and memorable? So what like think about all the actors that follow script and do exactly what the director tells them to do. They're not going to be who they are. They're playing a role. But there's certain actors that will take direction that way and certain actors that won't. And they know who to go to when they need somebody to do exactly what they want, and they know who to go to when they need somebody to go off script and take that movie to the next level. They already know who to go get. They're not gonna go get somebody that say, "Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, oh, yes, yes, yes." They're gonna get somebody that say, "What? Do it this way," or else I'll come 2 hours late to the scene or whatever. I do what I want. I'm not wearing that ugly makeup that y'all trying to put on. They're already. That's why the most successful actors are difficult because they make the movie. Okay. You get somebody that's going to do everything you say is boring. Someone needs to take your vision and turn it into something that you never imagined. That you could be that good. You know, somebody wrote a script. Somebody bought a script. Movie maker, director, producer, they all came to, then them actors took it and brought it to life. They made them people look better than they should be looking right now. Right? And I'm not talking about I'm not an actress or anything. I'm just saying it's the same thing as life. People aren't given purpose for what for to follow instruction. They're gonna be actor when they fulfill the role. What? So if you're gonna play this role in your life, which is your life, the current life that you're living right now, play the role. Why are you being one of them boring actors that do whatever the director say? You know, when they roll the credits, it's gonna say lady in purple, lady in green, lady in yellow, lady with coffee cup. They ain't gonna say your name. But if you're playing a minor role and you make it your own, somebody gonna see you and they'll be like, who's that lady in that shirt? Her cast name's lady in that color shirt. What is her name? I want her for my next movie. What? Yeah, I need that. She was extra with whatever she was doing, and I liked it. She was not following script, and we almost cut that part out. That made the movie funny. That made the movie interesting. Like, I want to know more about the part two, the sequel. She's gonna be up in it with a name this time. Part three, part four, part five, whatever. You feel like Viola Davis. Mm-hmm. Them Law and Order actresses become okay. Look, she came in. She was on Law and Order one time. I remember her. I remember Viola from Law and Order. Look at her now. She wouldn't finna play that role regular. She said, mm-mm, it's gonna make this my own. She played on Law and Order. Now she got her own series, movie. She didn't. She did not. She did not play according to the director. Okay. Who was my childhood crush? Shoot, everybody I thought was cute. I don't know. They just come to me effortlessly, like use the language. What? Um, but I don't remember like it was MJ forever. What you talking about? Prince, MJ, um, a lot of other ones, but like I wasn't a child after that. Everybody's is the same. Which is hard for me to okay. Should we be supportive when our man is sad or should we? Do you think men are asking that same question right now about their woman? That's all I'm asking. Should we be supportive if our woman is sad? What are they doing? Playing video games? What are they doing right now? They worried about your sadness and happiness? If they are, then if they are, they will let you know. You said not really. I don't know. Like why? Look, do what you want to do. What are they sad about? Do they have a reason to be sad, or are they just sad? Maybe they need to feel sad to know what happiness is. You don't know. You can't be happy all the time. You can't be sad all the time. Just people need to experience different things. And my thing is like, okay, so if you sad, what are you sad about? Somebody died, who died? Okay. Look, I used to work in the funeral home. I don't know. That's what I always say. Like I can't, I don't know. I like, what am I supposed to do? Like every day was sad for me. Except I had to work and pretend like it was normal. So I don't know. Hey, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing what I do. Do I believe in right person, wrong time? Nope, because I see things from a whole totally different perspective. Y'all already know that. Look, do you believe in it just depends on what you believe in. I believe do you believe in right pet, wrong time? I mean, come here, kitty. Get yourself up here. Oh, look at this precious. Do y'all believe in this? It's your precious. Um, no. Mm-mm. I can't get in the way of it. Look, if you can make time, then you can make time. Okay. If you can make time, there ain't no wrong time. If you can create time, ain't no wrong time. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Life is full of acting act. Your job, act to get what you want, act in relationship, even men do it to get with it. What do I think of what? I don't think about any of that stuff. You should be supportive. Mhm. I think I think a lot of people are supportive in their mind. All is mental. Like if you gonna teach something, you believe it. Go with that. You know what I'm saying? If all is mental in your mind, if all is if you supportive in your mind, then you supportive. I'm so supportive. But if you don't think about something and you're not supportive and you say you're supportive, is that really being supportive? You know, sometimes you can just be supportive and don't even know you're being supportive. So either way, you ever had somebody just come up to you and say something to you and it was just what you needed to hear or what you needed to happen? That kind of supportive is the best kind. When somebody just talking and saying something and going through the motions, you don't believe them anyway. It's like, well, yeah, whatever, you don't care. You have what? Somebody talk about marriage to you? Girl, I don't know. You met him? How old is he? Men are way too concerned about women are way too concerned about men, and they are out there not caring about y'all. Like what else? Would you want to live another lifetime or just be energy? Whatever I choose to do that day that I wake up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna. I've been here for a long time. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna be here for a long time. That's all I know. I'm gonna be here for a long time. She right. Well, I'm trying to read some of these questions. Subs, not sure about thighs. I have. Y'all. Oh, y'all talking to each other. So I thought y'all was describing some food from Popeyes or something. Like, wait a minute, I don't eat chicken. Anyway, so you know how there's zodiac signs and some of them have two, like, or they have the tarot cards where one foot is on earth and one foot is on water or whatever. Like sometimes you got to live both in the spiritual and the physical. Like it does not, it's not the same thing. So for example, you have people that have captured anomalies on camera and have witnessed an act, and then you have people that write stories about spiritual experiences. Which one has the most impact? Who wrote that? All caps. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I don't believe in anything unless at the moment that I'm in, right at that moment, if I choose to, because beliefs change. You know, I believe in myself a lot, but I believe a lot of things, but I don't have to believe in them. I can just say, oh, okay, I can, agree to disagree, or I see your perspective on something, but I don't always have to believe in something, like, because like I said, from different perspectives, from different dimensions, they believing in you, you believing in them, you might be believing in a rat. You don't know. Okay. Or what they would consider a rat. So who, like, oh, I believe, you know how like you go to like the Ninja Turtles believed in Splinter, right? He was Master Splinter to them, right? To you, it's a rat. And they lived in the sewer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But it was a good movie and a good cartoon, right? They made a lot of money on merch. What else? They still around today. I have. You see what they did with that? They made a whole series, cartoon merch about some turtles and a rat in the sewer. Come on. That ate pizza. Okay. I don't know, like, Somebody made Ninja Turtles. And we sitting up here, we can't figure out what we're supposed to be doing in life. Do what you want. If you gotta believe in a rat, Master Splinter. I heard. Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. All I know is make the best of every situation, and you won't ever feel like something happened to you, rather than you made whatever it is around you what you wanted it to be. That's the whole thing about spells. Like, let's say you're in, like, you're one of those people that have to have all the right tools, all the right moon phases and all that kind of. What if you don't know what time it is, what day it is, you can't see the sky, um you don't have no tools, you're out in the middle of nowhere, or you got, what are you going to do? You got to improvise. When there's no way, you got to make a way. You got to create a way. You know, somebody needed water without having to use their hand or put their face in a river or a creek. So guess what happened? A cup. Somebody was tired of using leaves and grass to clean their backside. We got toilet paper now. Okay. They could have been sad and cried and said, "Oh, this is terrible. What do we have to do?" Or you can invent toilet paper. Somebody was tired of smelling somebody's armpit and made deodorant, okay? And what? There you go. So I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. All I see is the solution. You said spills to jump in bodies? Alcohol? Oh, you mean like spiritually? Okay. You are the smartest person I know, but it's cool you play dumb in front of you. I, I don't play dumb. At that moment, I actually am dumb. You know, your surroundings and your frequencies affect your frequencies. So if you around dumb people, you gonna act dumb. You around smart people, you try to act a little smarter. If they dumb, you might start acting dumb. If it's an act, they know you're acting. And to some people, I am dumb. There's people that are way smarter than me. I'm dumb to them. Could you get over the basis of this title again? Oh, I don't even remember what I titled this, y'all. Y'all gotta remind me. Spellwork or something? The person made Ninja Turtles was probably high. They did well for themselves. You said sometimes acting dumb is smart. Smart. The person who made what? I already read it. Oh well. Well, I have fun, y'all. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The title of Spellwork isn't the result. Sometimes more with okay. Sometimes more. Okay. But I'm about to go. So I'll explain it one more time. So it's kind of like acting dumb. Or it's kind of like laying out your clothes, putting them on, and thinking, oh, this outfit would go so much better with um, some different shoes. And then you don't leave the house and you just take photos. And you have a cute outfit. And then the next time you go somewhere, you have an outfit to throw together real quick. Your purpose was not the results of getting dressed and leaving the house to go somewhere. Your purpose was to make an outfit look good in it and have it as a suggestion for the next time you choose to do something, like go somewhere. Or it could be like, oh, this is the new beginnings of my new fashion Pinterest. It could be so many different things. It doesn't have to result in you getting dressed, putting it on, leaving the house, going somewhere. It could be so many different things. So like, for example, with Spellwork, it could be teaching you something, symbolism. Like you could be looking at one of your spell tools or whatever you're using, and you can be like, I wonder what this means symbolically. And then you look it up and then be like, oh, that's what it means. So it's kind of like you're learning and teaching yourself at the same time. Or it could be a way to communicate, by leaving it or taking a picture of it as to what you are thinking about. Or it could be a way, it could be an influence, an outside spiritual influence wanting you to see something. And so certain things are suggested as far as spell work is concerned. And it may not even start off as a spell, but it could turn into one. So, like, it's kind of like how the aliens, quote unquote aliens, do the crop circles. Think about that. What's a crop circle? What is it for? Does it have a purpose? Is it a spell? Is it a ritual? Is it a symbol? Is it a sign? Is it a communication? Is it all of the above? Is it for the future? Is it something from the past? Is it of the present? Does time exist to aliens? We don't know. But guess what? There's crop circles. So that's what I mean. The aliens aren't looking for a result from a crop circle. But somehow, some way, something happens after a crop circle goes down, right? What happens? People start investigating, start learning, researching, trying to figure out how to decode this thing, and if it's something from the future, past. What is it? Have I seen this before? And eventually something comes as a result of that crop circle. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be in 10 years from now, but they could look back on a photo and see that crop circle in 2 days, 1 year,